Uh, Welcome to Saturday webinar series by National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management, Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship. We are agri-business incubator and serving at various stages of agri startups across India. We have supported more than 450 agripreneurs and startups through training programs and incubated 290 agri startups in RKVY-RAFTAAR program. We have today very important topic. We are talking about green marketing. So, what kind of opportunities are there for startups and the kind of work they have been doing? We are here with us, two of the speakers with us today, who talks about their own startups and the kind of opportunities they have. So, sustainable or green marketing is picking up pace nowadays for past few years, especially in developing countries. Of course, developed countries have been using this, but of course, turning green, it has its own challenges. So today we are going to discuss about those things. We'll be having two speakers joining us today, Mr. Hanish as well as Mr. Gaurav. So Hanish will be joining in a moment. Till then, the very important news for all the attendees who is interested in this ecosystem. So we have RKVY-RAFTAAR funding program. Applications are live on our website. You can apply there. We will be sharing a chart that Anish joined. Anish, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, all good, Anish. One moment, I'm making a presenter. Yes. So we welcome Hanish. Hanish is a co-founder and CEO of Himalayan Hemp, and he himself is an activist as well as a strong supporter of green marketing. So here he is going to talk about not just about marketing, but various opportunity for the startup and support from government also. He comes with a background with an MBA from Wellinger Management Institute. So he co-founded a couple of startups. He has been uh, in this sector for close to 5-6 years as a founder. So he knows multiple things about marketing as well as green marketing. On this note, we welcome Hanish. It's pleasure to have here. Over to you.
Let me share my screen. Just confirm if you can see my screen.
All good. You can make it full screen, Hanish.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So I am going to first of all, I'll just introduce myself. I thank first of all Manage for giving me this opportunity to speak here and represent myself, and also the views that I have regarding the sustainability and green marketing. And I hope that it will be an insightful session for all of you. So, my name is Hanish Katnavar, and I am a production engineer as well as an operations manager MBA, management MBA from Wellington. So far, I have 3 private limited organizations and 1 NGO, and all of them are going in a good direction. We are still a startup in 2 of them, but as a startup, we get to learn a lot of things. So we won't call ourselves as established, but we are just in the same line. We are going in the same direction. Now to first of all, I'll give you a brief about green marketing and all, and then I'll try to explain it to you from my own organizational point of view. So first of all, concept of green marketing. I mean, for example, if you look at India, we have been pretty green until recent times. When we started going into the technology aspect of it. And personally, I'm telling you, I'm not against technology, but I'm not for the misuse of technology in a way where it becomes really toxic and unsustainable for the world. So what has happened recently that in the past times, a lot of use of technology has been done for the profit making purposes, and it's not bad to have profits, but when your only focus is profits and you're not concerned about the environment in any way, so that is what has led to the even the microplastics are also found in our bloodstreams now. So this is where we have reached. So that is why it's important for green initiatives to sustain and go forward, and green marketing is a tool for that. And it started in 1970 with the first Earth Day, where, again, it's coming from west to us, but we were not really requiring it that much. We were already into the manufacturing of it, but the marketing aspect is coming from there. And it didn't pick up till 1980s, but then there was a wide ranging public interest into it, which led to the creation of more green products and services. Even Government of India came up with the eco-mark scheme in 1991, because they wanted the customers to be more aware about the environmental friendly products, and also, what are the things which can lead to more harmful impacts in the future. India, like I mentioned, was very close to green marketing before, but now I think we have deviated from the track these days. So it's very important for the current startups to learn the modern ways of and existing ways of green marketing too. Now, what are the terms which are very important for you to learn when it comes to green marketing? First of all, green pricing, like what really we understand by green pricing. So green pricing means that as a customer, you are obviously using some traditional utilities, like for example, you're using electricity which comes from the dams, like energy which comes from non-sustainable like coal or fossil fuels. So as a you have a greater vision, but what happens today is that renewable energy section requires you to pay high. So there is a tariff based premium costing, which is considered as green pricing, and where you are able to sustain even though the prices for the renewable energy section are premium, because you're doing it as a subscription or as a tariff. So that is the green pricing aspect of it. Now next is green packaging. So green packaging is something, for example, if I talk about it in a proper way, it's a sustainable packaging where the materials used in the packaging diminish the energy use and reduce the harmful impacts of the packaging on the environment. And normally we use terms like biodegradable, recyclable, compostable, these kinds of terms we use on such products. Next is green disposal. And I want to include reduction of waste disposal also into this, because both are the same part of it. Like green disposal is, even if you look at India right now, most, even at your homes, I will tell you, where, we don't even put the segregated waste. If we segregate the waste, then also, we can actually say that 50% of the work is done, because that is where most of the problems happen. If the waste is not segregated, how the other person is going to do it? So green disposal should be implemented, and reduction of the waste disposal should be done as well by incorporating such products where you can recycle it within your house itself. Then next is the recycling and eco-friendly. So recycling we all understand, eco-friendly we all understand. Eco-friendly is something which is not environmentally harmful. So when it comes to those kinds of products, we have to consider that. Like I'll give you an example of our product, which is world's first hemp-based sanitary pad. So that is a purely eco-friendly product, because nothing in this consists of anything which is environmentally harmful. But if I take another product, which is our N95 mask, now what happens is N95 mask has this, spun bound fabric in the middle, which is
Sorry
not.
to interrupt, sir. Your presentation is not visible, sir.
Okay, sorry. Can you see it now?
Now we can see it, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Before it was a blank screen or something?
It was a vertical, small vertical strip actually. Now it is fine, sir.
Okay. All right. Fine. So actually, this is how we can consider the like, for example, I was talking about the mask. So mask is not really biodegradable, but we have made it in such a way that it is reusable up to 3 months. So then it doesn't really fall into the eco-friendly category, but it falls into the reusable category. So this is how we should define different terms for the green marketing aspect of it. Now, when it comes to green marketing branding, or brand creation of it, there are three things related to it. First of all, the labeling, like what are we putting on the label of it. Second is advertising, which is your social media, mostly social media marketing. And third is your promotional content, like your flyers and all these things which are going. Like for example, if you are putting an eco-friendly message on a flyer which is made from a glossy paper, then you're actually contradicting yourself over there. So your messages should be in line with what you're doing. And I understand that in India, the challenges are, that it's very hard for us to manage the cost of packaging. Like when I make an eco-friendly packaging for my sanitary pads, it costs me 40 rupees per piece. But if I make it just with the normal kind of a paper, it will just cost me 2 rupees. So there is a huge difference. But then we can manage this part by incorporating such green marketing based branding where people are where people should be able to what do you say people should be able to understand your vision and should be able to support you. And when you get supporting, then slowly you can make a mark over there. So it's not very easy, but it is not very difficult or impossible also. We have to just keep going with it in terms of, and I'm going to expand these terms in the next things also. Now there are some general principles and environmental marketing claims. Now this is coming from USA. Like there is a general principle of 260.6 and general principle of 260.7. Like general principles include things like any qualification or disclosure should be clear. Like you should not say anything just like it, or at least you should have some evidence to claim it, or it should not be misleading. Like for example, in the mask product, I cannot call it environment friendly, I cannot call it organic, I cannot call it biodegradable or even compostable, because it's not. What I can call it is reusable. And sometimes in the reusable category also we can use environment friendly category, because it's from the reusable point of view. But both should be there together so that persons or customers can understand that this is how it is environment friendly. So this is also one thing. This is one study that was done in a research by I forgot the name of the researcher here, but this is done for uh, for understanding what are the models or what are the key factors to include in the green marketing. So when we are doing green marketing, first of all, what should be there on our side? Like we should have an environmental belief, we should have a green packaging, we should have green branding, we should have a green labeling also. Then in line with that, we also have to understand consumer purchase attention intention, like why they're doing it. And there are many moderating variables encompassing that. Like first is the price. They will ask for the price. We have to see what is their occupation as well, because that plays a very important role in understanding it. Their age group, their gender, their income, their education, all of it makes to whatever is there. So every green marketing exercise should start with the market research survey kind of a thing, where you on your page itself you can create a marketing campaign, market research campaign, sorry. And then you can take all of these things into consideration, like demographic variables, which are age, gender, income, education. And then there can be subjective, open-ended or closed-ended questions, like what are their viewpoints related to it. Once you have that, at least you have answers from 150 to 200 people. Then you can connect it with your environmental beliefs, your packaging and everything. And then you can come across a common theme where you can release your green marketing branding as per the market research which has been done. So this is very important, that before making any product, before starting the green marketing, we should do a market research campaign. Even if you don't have a page or something, you do it in your friend circle, because we all have friends or associates or colleagues which have been associated with us previously. So you can even start with them as well. Now, there are some green marketing universities in India, like which you can consider for, say, incubation, or even for getting into some courses, like your team member can go into it. So I have just made a list of 5 of them. There can be more, but this is what I have come across. Like one is Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University in Delhi. Second is Gujarat University in Ahmedabad. Third is Sharda University in Greater Noida. SMS like in Patiala, then Singhani University in Junjun. So there are not many green marketing universities actually, but slowly as this trend is increasing, I think there will be more and more increase in the green marketing universities in India. There are some funds relief and also relief funds and acts of green marketing which are national international both. For example, in the international category, there is this National Advertising Division's role, NAD. I have actually made separate notes also. So, maybe if this is not visible for now, but just remember, I'm going to speak about National Advertising Division's role. So, National Advertising Division's role is more about, it offers a dispute resolution process, basically. I'm talking about National Advertising Division rule. So, whenever there is a dispute between the advertiser, say you who's advertising, and it is charged with independent monitoring or reviewing, so for truthfulness and accuracy, so this thing happens and is actually rule. So you have to keep it in mind that there is this international aspect of it. So whenever you are going for an international green marketing, so you have to consider this in your list. Second is the United Nations Environment Program. So United Nations Environment Program is it is a it is a program responsible for coordinating responses. Like it coordinates responses related to the environmental issues within the UN system itself. So basically, it focuses on pollution, sustainable development. That you can check out their website. You can see what kind of a programs they have. If there is anything which is applicable to you, then next is carbon credit rating funds. I am sure most of you will be available. Most of you will be aware of the carbon credit rating and its funds. So you can look into that as well. In the national front, we have this Act of Agricultural Infrastructure and Development.
So 1 second, sir.
Yes,
So
yes, sir.
whenever we are switching to some other application or see what happened, you shared an application. So when you
Uh,
are trying to show them a website, it's not coming. You do one thing, sir. Stop sharing. Share a
uh,
screen. You can stop sharing a moment, sir. Then you share again. I share as a screen, so they can see the other links whatever you are trying to show also.
okay, no, that is just something which I have randomly written in the notes. So I mean,
That's fine.
yeah, so they won't be able to make a sense of it. It's just something that I have written in the side to remember.
Then no issues, sir. Then no issues.
Yes, yes,
Please continue.
yes, yes, yes. In the national category, there is this agricultural infrastructure and development. I'm switching again. So just a minute. So in the that is a cess. It's actually this is not a fund. This is a cess, agriculture infrastructure and development cess. So this cess is applicable on, for example, whenever there is a union budget, so like for example, there is a cess of 4 rupees per liter on diesel. There is a cess of two, which are put on the companies that are producing non-sustainable products only. So this is one of those things. Then you can also check TERI, the Energy and Resource Institute. So they have also they constantly have a lot of relief funds for green marketing purposes. And also there is another this act is also very good, which is Compensatory Afforestation Fund Act. Now, Compensatory Afforestation Fund Act is something which is, you know, basically it looks forward to mitigate the impact, like it looks forward to mitigate the impact of diversion of forest land for non-forest purposes. And as you must be coming across, like, recently I came across this court order by one of the courts in Tamil Nadu, that Mother Nature will also be given the same status as the human being. So, these kinds of acts are very important for our system to exist, because forest importance is there. And, forests getting cut is also one of the major problems which is there in India, because I had recently been to Europe, and there I see that there are just buildings mostly over there. And when I so mostly when you go out to travel, you are just there for the museums. But when I travel across India, I go to see the nature, I go to see the beauty. So there is already a lot of it over there. And Europeans are now working on creating more and more forests. And here we are, but India has its own set of problems. Like population is one of the major problems, where making houses is also very important for people. So we have to find different ways here. And I think creating green products can be one of the things which can be considered. In Campa, there is a funding aspect by national level corpus as well, where the compensation amount collected from user agencies are also diverted for the non-forest purposes. So even if there is some anybody who is working on the land reforestation kind of a project, they can also try to get this fund. Now, there are schemes of green marketing by the government of India. First of all, Green Skill Development Program. Now, Green Skill Development Program is under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So it looks into the skill development in the sector of forest and environment, so that India's youth can gain employment in this section, and also release their startups related to that. So one should definitely look into the Green Skill Development Program. There is EcoMark scheme also. Then there is Pradhan Mantri Krishnonnati Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Krishnonnati Yojana looks into the green revolution aspect of it. This is an umbrella kind of a scheme. It was implemented in 2016 and 17, and there is a share of around 33,269 crores into this. So basically, there are a lot of missions incorporated in this. You can check this out, which are Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. There is National Food Security Mission. All these names you can get of those programs, but under this Yojana only you will get various programs. So whatever is applicable to your project, you can do. Have come across Climate Launchpad and WRI Land Accelerator. These are mostly programs, international programs that have been coming from USA, and you can participate in them, and they can also get you a leeway or way forward for a lot of different programs which are possible. We were actually national winners of Climate Launchpad, and we have recently been participating in WRI's Land Accelerator also. There are NGOs working on green marketing also, like Carbon Trust is one of them, which is based in UK. There is Ceres, there is Conversation International, Earthshare, which are international NGOs. In India also, there is Green Yatra Maharashtra. There is Greenpeace India, which originated in India, but it is present in 55 countries. There are some examples of green products, like two of our products, and mostly the products, our vision, if I tell you, that we will only consider any product for economic aspect if it is environment friendly and if it has a social impact. That is our vision. So these kinds of vision needs to exist. And these are a few of the examples of the green products that you can consider in this category, I will say. Then, I'll quickly just, there are these 13 slides which give you a list of 55 certifications which are, present in India, like present all across the world. And these are important for, these are the marks that you can take for your product which are relevant to you, like Organic Agriculture India, Organic Agriculture USA, Europe, Organic and Ecological Textile, like GOTS standard is there for that. So these kinds of certifications you can take. Then apart from that, there is for cosmetics, there is this Cosmos standard. There is OCS for ecological textiles. There is fair trade for, products coming from fair trade are also considered to be of commercialized, world value. Then sustainable agriculture, ecological home fragrances, national cleaning products, CSR, ecological and recycled textiles, quality and food safety, IFS, EcoCert in organic Eco Pet Care, then EcoCert 26,000, which is again for corporate social responsibility. Then there is a responsible forest management FSC, like which is specifically for if you are responsible for forest management and commercialization of wood-based products, then you can consider this also as one of the certificates. Then there is PEFC, which enables for you to promote your product as again for responsible forest management. There is GAP certificate for global GAP, which is again for sustainable agriculture. There is UTZ standard, which is for Rainforest Alliance. Then there is regenerative agriculture standard, which is called ROC, where you can label your products as organic products integrating soil health, animal welfare, and social fairness criteria. There is organic agriculture like BioSuisse standard, which enables you to get commercialized with additional private labels. There is COR, which is for Canada. There is Natureland, which is it is again a private label. There is KOR for Korea, South Korea. There is one for Japan, JAS. There is 5262 for Turkey. There is TN 9930 for Tunisia. There is, as per the Brazilian organic law, LEI 10.831. Then for China, Mexico, Chile, Peru, this presentation can also be shared with all of you later on, and you can see all the standards, and you can just sit once and you can see which category is relevant to your product, and you can start working on their certifications. You can start researching it. You can see what you are supposed to give them for having the certification, and you can have these certifications because they add on to your credibility as that particular organization. So this is the end of my slideshow, and I think I'm sorry I have taken 5 minutes extra here,
It's
but I
okay,
would,
sir.
but I
Thank you.
would, and I would like my next panelist to come here.
Sure, sir. That's great to hear from you, sir. It's the plethora of information. So time to think and explore for all our attendees here today. Hope they got benefited. I do agree that a lot of information is there. So the presentation would help you to figure out, to identify the right information for you among all. We thank Hanish, sir. So we'll quickly come back after presentation Q&A. We'll move to our next speaker for today. We are here with Gaurav. Gaurav, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So, we would like to introduce Mr. Gaurav Parmar, the founder of Argrow Fiber LLP. So we are happy to say that he is one of our incubators managed, supported under RKVY-RAFTAAR. So he is having his own startup. He's making uh, we say plastic-free nurseries with the aim of working with ISR organizations with a great research. With this note, on this note, we welcome Gaurav sir. His remarks, sir, please. Neha will be sharing the presentation. Please,
Yeah,
sir.
please share the presentation. Is it visible?
Good, sir. All good. We'll go for full screen, Neha, and we can start.
Very warm good morning to all of you. Thank you, Harnis, for giving the very detailed presentation from both the theory and practical point of view. I'm not going to cover all of these things, but what I'm going to cover is my journey and how I practically did the marketing and more of bringing my product from idea to production and production to commercial production to the market. So this journey I will share with you all. So as you know that Orgrow is itself says that the first initial word of the organic, and grow is like again the initial two words of the growth. So we formed this company in 2019, and then in 2020 we have got associated with the ICAR CSWRI, one of the agriculture department of government of India, to develop this product and prototype and then go for a commercial production. So what we have developed is a sapling bag. You all must have planted in any stage of your life that all plants come in a plastic black color bag. So our mission and vision was very clear that we have to replace this plastic because the volume of this plastic is very high. Like if you just take an example of I belong to the Gujarat, so I give you the example of Gujarat, where the government of Gujarat is using almost more than 12 billion plastic bags every year for plantation and forestation in Gujarat state. Similarly, if we go for an India statistic, it is showing that there are more than 205 billion plastic bags used. So this is what the volume is. We were not knowing before this idea came into our mind that this will be the volume of the business can be possible. So if you just look at the India and then the international, so everywhere, and this is the only statistic where this plastic bags are used by the governments. I have not taken the private nurseries or not counted the bio technology, basically the tissue culture labs and all that. So they are the other avenues of market where our product fits. So what we have been doing since like last 3 to 4 years is like developing the product from an agriculture waste and trying to protect the land degradation, trying to protect the plants itself, trying to protect the soil. So our product is a soil creator. Instead of people say that let's save the soil, but we say let's create the soil. So our product creates the soil, and it is in a best root propagator, which improve the plant health. It reduce the water consumption while we do the agriculture and the germination of the plants. Next slide. So these are some of the important points of our innovation. Next slide. So far we have been, achieved some of our journey where we have been part of the quite a few forums. We registered our patent. We mentored by the Indian government, Department of Agriculture. We have been also selected by World Economic Forum for the most influential innovation of 2022. We presented our product to the highest authority of Gujarat state. And similarly, the other marketing activities are going on. Next slide. No, go ahead. Next slide. You must have shared something different. No problem. So these are some of the USP of what product we have developed. So our biodegradable bags are degrade in certain period of time, improve the soil, improve the plant. It also good for the environment. It is sustainable. It reduce the soil degradation. These are some of the advantage compared to the plastic one. Next slide. Next slide. So scope, as I already shared, that there are quite a number of plantation drive where our product fits well. And what I have learned in last 4 years that going for funds from the government, going for funds from the private player, going for funds from an international market, everywhere the marketing funding is quite a challenge. What we have done in last 1.5 years, we are meeting every week, every month, at least 5 to 6 people, those who are interested into the sustainable products. So how I'm just now narrating, you can stop the slides and all that. I just share like what we have done and how we are achieving our goals. What we have done is like, meeting at least 4 to 5 people every month, those who are interested into sustainable product. We are meeting, we are giving them our samples, we are giving them as a brochures. We are personally meeting all of them and helping them to understand what our product is and how it can good is. So in last 1.5 year of kind, what data we have generated is almost around 500 to 600 people who are very much eager about knowing our product. They personally wanted to invest their small savings or a big saving or whatever they can. And out of that, what we have achieved is one of the biggest investor in private sector who he said that who promised that he is having a mission to make a plant for every human being on the earth. So it is like that, if you're born, you have to be arrange your own oxygen. So oxygen you cannot arrange by yourself. You need to have a plant there. If you make a good tree, then you can have a tree, and that tree can give you the oxygen. So that was his mission, and his mission matched with our mission. That how our bags can improve their plantation life and reduce the soil degradation compared to the plastic. So out of this 500 people, we have met one person who is extremely happy and eager to partner with us, and he's having a very huge wealth. So for money, like if you just count in the numbers, so around 20 to 25 billion is nothing for him. So this is what we have achieved in last 1.5 year. We've been marketing our product here and there, many places, and out of which 500 people we got one person for whom the around 20 to 25 billion is nothing. He is ready to invest into the green technology. And since he was from a different business, but his vision and mission was to make a green India. So since his time and energy was more onto his own business, but when he got into touch with us, when he realized that our product have a potential, he made an agreement with us that all investment come from him, and there will be no question that where the investment is going. The only his worry is that the investment should go for the plantation. And that is what, our biggest achievement in 1.5 year, that, we were struggling really. We were running here and there for the fund. We were struggling to sell our product. But now he changed the entire process of, selling our product. Initially, we were selling our product at, very nominal cost, and people were thinking, oh, this is not a good product. That's why they are not selling at a high end. We are selling the 4 times double the rate of, what the product cost is. And this is only because of this person's idea who, investing in our product. And this is what his idea, that if you can sell our product at low cost, people will feel that, this product is have a no value. So we have to go and sell it as a high premium cost product. And that's what he supported us, and through that sales, we are going little bit, away from, like, of course there are government support and grant will be there. We hope that we'll win sometime and will, use that also. But right now, money is not problem for us. Right now, the production is a problem for us. Right now, like, how the supply chain can be meet with a large number of, required the plastic, large number of the bags compared to the plastic one. So my best strategy, which I thought of 1 year back, that, meeting at least 4 to 5 people who's having interest in our product, whose vision and mission matching with our vision and mission, clicked in a one way, and we achieved this. My advice to all of you is that, your product may be anything, and it will be whatsoever it is. If you believe that, you can do a wonder, I'm sure that definitely somebody sitting on the other side waiting for you. Maybe like I took 1.5 years, you take 6 months, sometimes you take 6 years also. But your journey on search, like, your journey to search the right person should be start from the scratch when you have the idea. Because alone you will not win the race. You need a team. You need a people to, support you. You need a good coach to guide you to, take your product to some certain level to achieve your company as a success model. To create a success model, my advice is, you can alone cannot do. You need a team. Now, to search a team and to find out the perfect match, you need to have your team should be like, your selection for the team should be those people who believe in you, and that belief will, not only my journey started from 1 to 500, and out of that I got a 1. Maybe your journey take 1 to 100 and you will get it somebody, but possibly that, before also you can get it. But your selection criteria should be very clear. Your selection and meeting with the people, and, as explaining your idea, that should be very good. That should have a substantial information, and it should be fantastic. People say that, your product should meet the market. I said that meeting the market is not important. You can create the demand, right? You can create the demand. I just give a small example away from our sustainability business. Fair and Lovely, like, nobody wanted to, Fair and Lovely before the Hindustan Unilever invented the Fair and Lovely. Their marketing strategy was very simple. Let's show the people that, your skin grow, your skin will glow. So the skin glow, people thought that, oh, it is required. There was no requirement. It is not a eating stuff that will give you the nutrition. It is just a simple cream which can put on your skin. So there was no demand, but they created the demand, and they sold the product in the market. Similarly, looking at the same example, Imami created the cream for the boys. There was no demand. There was nothing. Nobody wanted to create their, skin more fair and like, important. It's okay. Like, people were believing that skin is like, natural thing, but they have created a demand where, people have started buying. So similarly, you have to identify a team player who can create a demand for you, who can make your product, premium instead of going for a low cost. So my belief for the marketing, like, there are many avenues, there are many institutes, there will be many other, people who will, squeeze you like, anything before giving even a single penny. So your search journey for finding a perfect match, specifically regarding the partner, you have to start from the scratch of your idea. When you are thinking that my product is this, now I have to look for the team. So team, it is not important you are paying to somebody and hiring, and then he will be going to work for you. I say that you make a partnership with the people who don't want a money, but they want an idea. They were not having a time to create an idea, but they want somebody who can give them a solution for some problem. My another gut feeling is that whatever product or whatever the product or whatever the idea or whatever the innovation is in your mind, it should solve some problem. See, like similarly, what problem we are solving is the plastic problem from this biodegradable bag. So that problem is solved. So people are believing that yes, this is the solution, and this is the problem solver, and it is a huge problem which need to be solved. So similarly, when you are having the product in your mind, you should have that understanding that it solves some problem, market need, market requirement, costing, and that all will come in a second or third stage. But the solution is very important. If you're saving some water with some treatment or something, it is very important that it is go on a large scale. If you're solving a problem of only 500 gallon of water, purifying, it will not solve the problem, because the requirement and need of the water is huge. So you have to look at that point of view. Your statistics should be very clear that what you are solving and how much number of the volume is been going to be solved. So these are some of the important tips. I'm happy to give some answers. And one more thing I would like to add, my one of this partner is very eager and very happy to invest in many other solutions, which is nature based, which is solving some problem of nature. So if there is anyone who wanted to contact and wanted to have a guidance with him, I can connect to them, the partner who is interested into investing into the sustainable products. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your experiences and how your journey has been. It is quite inspirational. So we'll be starting with a question and answer session. Anybody would like to talk with our speakers here today? Kindly raise your hand. Anybody feel it's a personal question you want to write to them? We have just shared their email IDs. You can write to them. So whenever they have time, you can get back on it. Based on mutual availability and any of the collaboration we are looking with both the speakers. So we'll be starting with 1 second, sir. Abhishek Patel. So once again, before unmuting, I would request everybody, please restrict your question to the today's topic and the discussion is happening. Do not kindly do not engage in general conversation or anything. Thank you very much. So Neha, can you please unmute Abhishek Patel? Mr. Abhishek, can you hear us?
Yes, I hear us.
Yes, Abhishek, please.
सर मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है कि ये जो ग्रीन मार्केटिंग एंड एग्रीकल्चर में स्टार्टअप के लिए क्या स्कोप है, गवर्नमेंट की ग्रांट वगैरह इसमें है क्या कुछ?
I think so Hanish can answer that question because he has shown multiple avenues where government can support. Please, sir.
सर मेरा ये एनिमल हस्बेंड्री रेटेड स्टार्टअप है. मैं ये फार्मर्स को नीड होती है आज के समय में गुड ब्रीड एंड हाई यील्डिंग एनिमल्स की प्रॉब्लम रहती है, जिसके कारण वो इस फील्ड में आना चाहता है, इस बिजनेस को शुरू करना चाहता है, लेकिन प्रॉपर ये चीज़ का एक मतलब लैक हो जाता है उस चीज़ की, वो नहीं होता तो वो छोड़ देता है इसको करना. इसलिए हम ये स्टार्टअप ये शुरू किए हैं कि हम इस नीड को फुलफिल करें. और इसमें सर राष्ट्रीय गोकुल मिशन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का प्रोग्राम है जिसको सपोर्ट करता है कि यदि IVF टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल करें तो उनको 5000 पर एनिमल पे सपोर्ट गवर्नमेंट देती है. तो सर उससे हम कैसे कोलैबोरेट हो सकते हैं और क्या गवर्नमेंट के सपोर्टेड ग्रांट्स होंगे उसकी मार्केटिंग में? जो एलाइट एनिमल्स होंगे हमारे जो प्रोडक्ट होगा सर वो होगा एलाइट एनिमल्स, हाई यील्डिंग एंड एलाइट एनिमल्स जो सरवाइव कर पाए इंडिया के अपने सुटेबल क्लाइमेट्स में अलग अलग. ये क्वेश्चन है.
राइट. तो देखिए इसमें जैसे एक बोर्ड है इंडिया का अपना AWBI, आपको शायद पता होगा, एनिमल वेलफेयर बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया. तो वो इसको प्रमोट करते हैं. अभी उसके अंदर उनकी काफ़ी सारी स्कीम्स और ग्रांट्स हैं, जैसे कि मुझे 5-6 पता है उनमें से, तो मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. उसमें से आप देख सकते हैं कि वो कौन कौन सी हो सकती है. सबसे पहले तो एक वो देते हैं अपने यानी अगर आपके एनिमल को कोई नेचुरल कैलेमिटी या कुछ अनफोर्सिन सर्कमस्टांसेस हो जाते हैं, यानी जैसे आग लग गई, सुनामी आ गया या ऐसा कुछ हो गया, तो उसके लिए वो ग्रांटिनेट रिलीफ जैसा फंड होता है, वो एक वो देते हैं। दूसरा होता है अपना, अगर आपको कुछ शेल्टर हाउस बनाना है या इन हाउस एनिमल डिस्पेंसरी बनानी है टू लुक आफ्टर एनिमल्स, अगर आपका वो इंटरेस्ट है, उसके लिए ग्रांटी नीड होता है। ग्रांटी नीड जब मैं बोल रहा हूँ तो बेसिकली आपसे गवर्नमेंट कुछ इक्विटी नहीं लेगी, बट आपसे ये एक्सपेक्टेशन होगी कि आपने जो माइलस्टोन्स और ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, यानी आपको ऑब्वियसली एक प्रपोजल तो बनाना पड़ेगा, और कई कई बार प्रपोजल हमें सामने से भी मिल जाता है और कई कई बार हमें वो खुद से भी बनाना पड़ता है। तो वो आपको देखना पड़ेगा, उसमें अगर कुछ हेल्प चाहिए ऐसा कुछ तो मे बी, मतलब आई कैन असिस्ट यू, बट मेरा ये इतना पोर्टफोलियो नहीं है कि मैं आपको इस पर्टिकुलर एस्पेक्ट में कर सकूँ हेल्प, बट फिर भी जो हो सकेगा वो मैं कर सकता हूँ। फिर तीसरी ग्रांट हो गई आपकी, जो अगर आप रेस्क्यूड कैटल में काम कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि काफ़ी सारे लोग उसमें भी काम करते हैं, इलीगल ट्रांसपोर्टेशन जो होता है उनका और ये सब चीज़ें, तो उसमें भी ग्रांट रहता है। फिर एक और ग्रांटी नीड होती है कि शेल्टर्ड एनिमल का मेंटेनेंस करना। पिछला मैंने शेल्टर हाउस बनाने का बोला था, ये शेल्टर्ड एनिमल्स को मेंटेन करने के लिए अलग से ग्रांटी नीड होती है AWVI की। और फिर बर्थ कंट्रोल और इम्यूनाइजेशन, अगर स्ट्रे डॉग्स में आपका है तो वो है, पर आई डोंट थिंक वो आपका है। और एक एम्बुलेंस अगर आपको परचेज करना है, इमरजेंसी सर्विस प्रोवाइड करनी है, अगर आप उसमें जाना चाहते हैं तो उससे रिलेटेड भी होता है। तो आप AWBI में कुछ स्कीम्स देख सकते हैं। उसके अलावा एक एनिमल हस्बेंड्री इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट फंड होता है, जो कि उसमें 15,000 करोड़ का अनाउंसमेंट किया गया है आत्मनिर्भर भारत योजना के अंतर्गत। और उसमें लेकिन एस्पेक्ट्स ये है कि उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं कि मिल्क प्रोड्यूस बढ़ाना है, फिर उसके अलावा मीट प्रोसेसिंग कैपेसिटी बढ़ानी है, फिर प्राइस रियलाइजेशन जो है वो ज़्यादा करना है, मतलब प्रोड्यूसर के एंड से, यानी जो कम मिलता है उसको ज़्यादा करना है उसमें। क्वालिटी मिल्क जैसे A2 मिल्क हो गया, या इस तरीके से कुछ हो गया, उन चीज़ों को बढ़ावा देना और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को ओवरऑल बढ़ावा देना। सो ये कुछ कुछ है, मतलब इसमें आप AHIDF के अंदर आप लोन के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, और ये फंड बेस्ड लोन होगा। बेसिकली आपसे इक्विटी की डिमांड नहीं की जाएगी, आपको डेब्ट बेस्ड फंडिंग भी दी जा सकती है इसमें। तो ये आप देख सकते हैं कि इसमें ग्रांटी नेट में अमाउंट थोड़ा कम रहेगा, AHIDF में अमाउंट थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो सकता है। तो ये थोड़े मेरे दिमाग में है जो मैं बोल सकता हूँ। उसके अलावा तो आप देख सकते हैं और क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज है।
Thank you very much, sir. Once again, from our side also, if there is an innovation in the model, something new you are doing, uh, irrespective of whether the allied sector or agriculture sector, obviously RKVY-RAFTAAR we provide an opportunity where Gaurav sir also is part of it. So you can apply for that program. We'll go to the next candidate, Dr. Ajay Sharma.
Hello,
Dr. Ajay Sharma. Yes, sir. We
yes
can
sir.
hear you, sir. Please, sir. Please.
Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Oh, hello.
Dr. Ajay Sharma, we can hear
Yes sir.
you.
Okay, I'm listening.
बताइए सर, आपका क्वेरी, आपका क्वेश्चन बताइए सर। हेलो। So we'll go to the next one, sir. So Gaurav sir, there is a question for you in a chat, sir. It is about technology. So what type of technology you are using, sir, for your startup? Can you please elaborate little? Sir, you are on mute, sir. Gaurav sir. And one more question up to all the both the panelists. Any restriction on use of terms like eco-safe or labels? Any restriction on what type of term should be used, what type of term should not be used when you are promoting your product through green marketing channels, sir? Kindly address that, sir, please. Hanish, sir, please.
Okay, so basically, I think in my presentation also I covered it, because I'm very strict about not misleading the public into it. So, for example, terms, there are the important terms that we have to keep in mind are like recycling, eco-friendly, organic, reduces waste disposal. Then there are a set of certificates that I will share this presentation also with you that you can see. So there is no restriction as such on it, but restriction is only and only if you have not taken that certification and then you are using it. So that is one of the things. And I think let me just look into it if there is something for eco-safe certification. Just a
Yes,
minute.
sir. Meanwhile, I'll take the next question, sir.
Yeah.
Govind Dhami. Govind, can you hear us?
Yeah. Hi, good morning. Good morning to the both the
Good morning,
panelists.
please.
Hi.
Please.
So my question is to Hanish, Mr. Hanish.
Hmm.
Hi Hanish, good morning. I have been following you since like last 2 years, 2 to 3 years. So currently, I am representing the Department of Rural Development, Government of Uttarakhand.
Okay.
So we are the project management consultant. We have the project for developing rural enterprises.
Okay.
Okay, so we have two rural business incubators in two different districts in the Uttarakhand.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a brief description. So we have currently 2 to 3 entrepreneurs who are interested in having this hemp products.
Okay.
So they are into fiber also. They are into those bricks also, hemp bricks also, and
Right.
they are into they wish to have the oil also, hemp oil also,
Right.
cold pressed hemp oil also. So but currently in Uttarakhand I can't find the experts in this hemp processing.
Okay.
So is there by any chance we can connect you with our entrepreneurs and we can have a sort of training or what machinery requirement, how to process, or see because what I believe, so I belong to Uttarakhand only. So I what I believe, so the hemp has a very tremendous strength and scope
Potential.
for the
Yeah.
for the rural people.
Right. Right.
Okay, so there there are some excise department, this licensing also, so it's not very easy to get a license. But if one gets that license, so that can be a really game changer for the the hilly areas of Uttarakhand.
Yeah. Exactly.
So how can we go about it, having a sort of maybe a partnership sort of thing with the rural business incubator, or the mentorship or the expert guidance to our hemp entrepreneurs.
Sure. I mean, we would be happy to work it out. We also have a team that can, look into it. So what we can do, since we have a very short time here, what I suggest is you have the email ID in the chat. So
Correct.
you can note it down and you can write to us over there, and we can take it ahead from there. So let's deal with it later, and we will be happy to assist you.
Okay, thank you, Anish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And one more suggestion maybe to Mr. Gaurav Parmar sir.
Suggestion?
Sir, are you basically from working in Himachal or across India or like what?
Across India. We are also sending our material to your Himachal Pradesh.
Okay. So by name I went to Himachal. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe your startup is in Hyderabad, sir.
We are
What
based out in Gujarat.
Okay. I'm sorry. So there is a particular wing what we call Eco Task Force, the military, the Indian Army. Hello.
Military Task Force.
Eco Task Force.
Okay.
Okay, so they are into the plantation and afforestation on behalf of the military.
Okay.
You can have you can touch base to them, or you for a business partnership sort of thing.
Definitely. We'll do
Eco
that.
Task Force.
We will try to search them and we'll present our product to them.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. That's all from
Thank
my
you for
part.
your suggestion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Govind. This is the kind of opportunity we would like to have for the startups. It's not just an information sharing session. It is also a networking opportunity. with the various stakeholders. It can be government, private. When we do have a multiple occasions where startups and our attendees that came and informed us that it benefited it not just in terms of information but building their channels. It can be marketing channel, distribution channel, and all those things. Thank you very much, sir. We'll go to our next query. Narayan Aryana Paridhi. Narayan, we are going to unmute, sir, please.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Like I am the CEO of a startup company in Odisha and also CEO of a startup FPO in Uttarakhand. So we are doing basically right now we have a good turnover in sugarcane based products, like we are producing organic khand, jaggery powder and all. So we also want to do the hemp business because we are identified the land. We have already organic lands and we have hand-on packaging team. We just hire some people from Dabur India who are the heading the packaging division and all, and they are other things. So I want to know. I also want to know what is the good machineries and what is the procedure for the licensing and getting into the market of hemp in India or abroad, so that we can do a fair business with following all the government rule and regulations in Uttarakhand. So thank you.
Right. I'll just quickly answer this again because we have a short time.
Yes,
you
yes.
can take the email ID. Our email ID is also there. You can write to us, and then we will be happy to, because this looks like we should have a more personal kind of a call. Just for anybody else who might be interested in hemp cultivation here, we can just say that right now cultivation is allowed in Uttarakhand, and you can take a license and you can do hemp cultivation in Uttarakhand. And for modern way of marketing with hemp is more like you have to understand that hemp is also associated with cannabis, so there is a lot of taboo associated with it. So when you are marketing it, you have to be very careful that it does fall in the category of green marketing, but it should not also be into a misleading category of narcotics also. So we have to integrate all of those things. And yeah.
One more question from my side. There is some hemp silk or hemp fabric is right now trending in the market.
Right.
So that is also, can we produce that product in our state, Uttarakhand?
Of course, if you have specific facilities, like for example, hemp fiber is a bast fiber. So it is different from cotton, which is a cellulose-based fiber. So bast fiber can be processed from stalk, like hemp stalk is called this in the stem version, it's called stalk. Then we need a decorticator to remove it, to extract the fiber from the stem, or we can do it through retting by using hand, but that will be very cost extensive because of the labor costs associated with it. After that, there is carding and combing machine. Then there is a spinning machine, and then there is a fabric like loom, power loom, which is basically there. So all these machines are supposed to be there, and a decorticator costs you around 15 lakh rupees. Carding and combing setup costs you around 25 lakh rupees. Spinning itself is 1.5 cr setup. And
we already have a spinning facility in Odisha because we are doing a tussar silk type of business. I think that spinning facility will be enough for this hemp. So we can do.
Right,
yes.
right. Yes. Please go ahead.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Narayan,
do get in touch on email.
Can I have your this contact details?
His mail is, sir, we'll share. You can use the chat. Maybe probably this is not a public. This is a public
I will
forum.
share on my chat.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Or you can write to us. We can connect. That's not an issue.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having this. We are having this kind of connects would help us to go to the next level. We have come to end of the program. We'd like to thank both the speakers here today, shared their experiences, addressed the queries. Thank you very much. So we'd like to thank our Director General Manager, Director Agriculture Extension, Dr. Sharon Raj, and our Center Head for Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship, our team members, Neha Srinu, and other people who are behind this. Last but not the least, all our attendees came in big numbers to learn know about what is happening in green marketing. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the upcoming webinar on sales and revenue generation strategies for agri startups on 28th of May at 11 a.m. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having us here. Thank you, Manoj.